Okay, so we're showing up today with tons of excitement about what happened yesterday and just being able to really assess your situation. So I'm going to start with your kids. So we talked about how your kids love to scrapbook, and I was thinking about the size. It might be really fun if they have these mini albums. They're fun, huh? The pages are already stitched in. So there's not even fumbling with pages in and out of rings or anything like that. They're just stitched in. This right here is it's called a value kit. The value kit has way less cards. So it's just a collection. And so when you don't feel like you want to do an entire full 12 by 12 album with that one topic, you go for a value kit because it's just a sampling. So I thought Landon would like this one. It's called Boys Roll. You talked about that preparation of really wanting to make sure that you get the pregnancy, document the kind of story of getting him here, and then he's here. And so the way that I love to document a baby's entry to life is with this. And this is the baby boy edition of Project Life. You can see a lot of the cards right here. And this is different than just cute cards. This actually gives you a lot of prompts to say, to give you ideas on specifically what to document as you lead up to baby's arrival and then after they're here. And so I'm going to show you how to put all this together. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Excited. I'm going to show you my son's album. Okay, and I'm showing this to you because I think it's going to help drive something home for you in terms of being able to see what it looks like complete. This is where I have heritage. So I'm including us and my parents and my husband's parents and our grandparents. And what I'm going to do is do a little bit of journaling to say this is who they are. And then it goes into the story of us, meaning mom and dad. And for this concept, when you get to that layout, it really can just be random pictures of you and David over the years that are just togetherness, right? And there's different prompts to have you write about random things about you guys, your favorite things, stuff like that. When I get into the core of this scrapbook, this is where I go into my months. And so in this one album, the theory is this is Crew's 1 year album. So his whole first year, his history, his family, where he came from, his birth, and then that whole first year is in this one album. And I put parameters around the process so that I know I'm only doing a layout or 2 per month. And the reason why I need those parameters is because as a mom, I think every single picture of my child is cute, right? And so then that prevents me from doing a ton of duplicates, and it prevents me from doing 15 layouts about that one day at the park. The whole point here is that we want to tell a story, and the way that we've organized and created the product is so that it helps you to tell the story and then make it easy. So when it comes to slipping those photos in, that's literally what you're doing. You're slipping photos in, you're grabbing that pen, you're gonna write a little bit of journaling, and that's it.
I like it.
Cool.
I like how organized and structured it is.
Knowing that Project Life can be a way that you move forward in not just the new baby book, but also in the way that you complete the albums that you still have unfinished. Do you feel like you are good in keeping all of your supplies?
Some I can, like eliminate, but I feel like that would be the pile that I'd have for the kids that I don't care about versus going out to get more when they want to be creative.
I think that we sort and organize according to type.
Okay.
And so, like you did your stamps, all of your stamps are in a drawer. So it makes the most sense that we have all of your embellishments in a drawer, all of your paper pads in a drawer, and so forth. Okay. And I also think, hearing you yesterday and then talking with you again about this today, that it makes the most sense that your kids have a dedicated drawer. We'll pick which one makes sense after we sort. Okay. They have a drawer that's theirs. All right, let's dive in. We're gonna make piles by category, and then we're gonna put everything back in an organized fashion. Pick this up from IKEA for you, and it is like our favorite organizing bin right now, but this is going to be for the kids stuff. Awesome. And the point of that would be that when we put the kids stuff in here and it has a lid, then since you've mentioned that the kids like to do crafting sometimes downstairs, then it makes this more portable to be able to take up and down as you want.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. I'm feeling super good because now we've gotten all of our piles and we have pretty much a plan to put each of those piles back into a drawer. So, and then this right here, you've determined is the stuff that you feel comfortable giving away. Yes. So this is our giveaway pile. Final piece of organization is to label. When you label your drawers, you know exactly where things are. You don't have to guess, even though you can see through a little bit. You don't have to wonder, is that really where my embellishments go? Is that really where my paper pads go? And so we'll label everything, and then we're done with organizing. So yesterday, we found out that all of the physical photos or the physical prints of photographs that you have are in this box, which to me is amazing that they are just fitting in one box. So how not overwhelming, right? Because we can manage that. One thing to kind of point out already that I'm noticing is they all look like, for the most part, 99% of them are 4x6, which is bingo, perfect, because with Project Life, everything is pretty much 4x6 and 3x4. So these are literally ready to just slip into the page protectors, which is, I mean, you've done half the work right here. So my advice would be to use a Post-it note and a pen. And what you're gonna do is basically separate into categories of subject or of scrapbook. That probably is the most logical thing to do, is separate and create piles based on the subject matter for the album that's gonna go in. And we'll use the Post-it note and spread out on the table and just sort accordingly. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You are going to take all of your pictures because they fit in here, and you'll sort them and organize. You'll keep them in organized fashion. So we picked up these tabs that will give you the ability to just label each of those sections. When you go to Scrapbook, you're not shuffling through the whole box. You'll go right to your section. You know that you're going straight to Landon's section, or right to Nick's section, or right to baby number 3 section. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. Yesterday we talked, and that for me was really beneficial in helping understand where you're coming from, what your situation is, what your goals are. So we did that full assessment and really figured out a lot of what you're hoping to get out of this experience, and also where you've been. We also talked about your big picture goals, because once we understood more of like what you're aiming for and what you're hoping out of your scrapbooking experience and what you ultimately want to have, beginning with the end in mind, that's how we were able to really make more of a clear game plan on how to move forward. We also talked about who these scrapbooks are for, and that's really interesting because it's so different for everybody, and a lot of people make scrapbooking very personal. It's just for them, and a lot of people make them as gifts, and then for you it really was about for your family. Other people can enjoy it, but really you're thinking long term, my children are going to inherit these books. My grandchildren and great-grandchildren, who knows how many generations to come will see these books. And so that storytelling element is really important to you, which then kind of brought us to talking about journaling and how important that is, and something that you want to incorporate more. So hopefully you felt some good takeaways from how to get the words in there with the pictures.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
I'm excited about that for you. What was really fun is to be able to say, hey, Jaime, let's get all of your scrapbooks. Hey, Jaime, how many scrapbooks do you think you have? What'd you say?
Like 4 or 5.
About 4 or 5. And how many did you have?
22.
So that's really fun, of course, because we got to see the reality of how amazing you have been at documenting. You've got to give yourself more credit. So you actually have done a lot more than you anticipated. But the other big takeaway that happened with that is that you were like, holy cow, I have 22 albums, which means I don't need to create more albums right now. I need to finish the ones that aren't done.
Yes.
And that was a huge aha moment for me. I don't know about you, but
No, it was.
that was a big deal. Yeah, and that was a really cool understanding about the whole process. We were able to talk about moving forward and creating a game plan about which albums you do want to do, which really comes back to completing the ones that you started. We talked about organizing your space, and more importantly, we actually went up there and did it. So we got all of your scrapbooking supplies sorted, and you were able to get rid of some things and declutter a little bit, sort out what's for the kids, what's for you, and that's really helpful because now you know exactly where to go for certain supplies, and it's all labeled and all set to go. The first priority, according to you, not me, is going to be this baby album. Do you feel like you can get it done over the weekend before he comes?
Just come by Tuesday, I'll show you.
Oh my word! I'm feeling so excited about what's happened here at Jaime's house. She was really ready for this. She loves scrapbooking already, but she just needed a new approach and a method that made more sense for her. She's a busy mom to now almost 3 children. She's a military wife. But now, after Jaime's deep desire to breathe new life into her scrapbooking, this is her time. She's ready to go.
there's just been instance that Dave and I would talk to each other. We wouldn't know, am I going to make it the next month? Will I make it the next anniversary? What will happen, for the years to come? So documenting scrapbooking for me has just become, I think, more important than what it was before. It's not just fun, it's things that I want the kids to see and to remember.
Before we met, you were not familiar with what our company is. I would love to teach you and show you what Project Life is, and then we'll see if it makes sense, if it's a good fit for you or not so much.